not just something that you have to learn how to do from within, it's also something that you're going to bring others along with you. So this isn't a journey that we take alone. Nothing is built alone, just remember that. So confidence in action, we want to speak up, stand tall, and lift others with us. So raise your hand if you've ever second guessed yourself. Yep, keep your hand up if you've ever held yourself back from speaking up when you know you should have. All right? What about you downplayed a win? Oh, it's not that big of a deal. All right? Saw a social media post and didn't comment or like on it. Who doom scrolls? All the time, yes. We could make a huge difference in just these little things. You are not alone if you're second guessing yourself. Everyone sitting around you had their hands up and they kept it up. Remember that. Confidence comes from within. No one else can take that from you or build it away from you. It's already inside of you. You just have to have more opportunities to allow it to come out. You earned it. Sister, celebrate it. And this is something that I am constantly working on. We have been taught that when we have a win, we have to minimize it. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe 100% is the big deal every time, but it's not. Sometimes your win is getting up, getting a shower, and showing up to do a presentation when you didn't know you were gonna make it through the morning. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes that's a win. It's never wrong to support others. And that's one thing that I have lived by. You are always called to support other people around you. There is no such thing as competition. So many times do I have people that are lifting me up that are in the same space as me, and people would typically think that we're in competition, but we're actually very close and we're constantly collaborating together. There's missed opportunities if you are not collaborating. Confidence. It isn't something you're missing, I promise. And I know there's some ladies that are sitting here right now that's thinking, oh my gosh, I have absolutely no confidence at all. It's something that you practice. Just like everything you do as business owners, you don't just show up on game day and you play, right? If you've ever played a sport, what do? You practice. In my industry, we call that role playing. But practice makes perfection, which builds that confidence. So you should never just show up for game day. You should always be practicing. There's a lot of truth and a lot of lies around confidence out there. The lie is I need to feel confidence before I act on it. And the truth is when you act, the confidence will follow. So it's not something that you need to feel, it's something that you need to physically do. Confidence comes from evidence that you've created, not a feeling that you wait for. So a little kind of timeline that I've put together, and you'll see this on your sheet, and there's going to be a little bit more activity around. But every time you take action, you collect proof of that confidence. Every action is the evidence. You take that evidence and it continues to build the confidence. It's like a stair stepper. Your failures build your confidence. You should be stacking those towards your win. And the more confidence you have, it's going to build more fuel in your bucket. So, self-advocacy, this is a huge part of confidence. And clarity in self-advocacy is very important. Clarity is confidence. If you don't say it, people will assume. And I don't know about you, but there's days that I've got a lot on my plate. And we can assume all over the place, but we all know what happens when we assume. Make an ass out of you and me. So don't soften your message because you think you have to. Speak with clarity. This is not optional. Ladies, you own a business. Closed mouths don't get opportunities. So if you continue to shy back, you're going to miss that next big opportunity that you have. When you don't show up, you miss an opportunity that you could have had to build that confidence. Ambiguity costs you opportunities. Not being clear on who you are, what you do, how you help others can cost a lot of opportunities in your business. And when we talk about opportunities in this scenario, that's money, right? We don't own businesses because it's fun. Maybe it is. But at the end of the day, we want to grow our legacy, right? And whether that's something that we're passing down to our family or something that we're doing for ourselves, we want to grow our legacy. Confidence. and clarity helps you do that. Don't give your voice to someone else. Own it. Own it. If people had to guess what you want or need, you're also making it harder for them to support you. If they don't know what you do and you don't speak in confidence with that, how can we refer each other to others? Just this small little group, think about the spider web of opportunity that's sitting in this room today that you showed up for. It's not just about who you're around initially, it's about who they know and can help connect you with. So we say all the time, we're not working in the room, we're working through the room. Clarity is important when we're doing that, so that we can properly articulate how we can best serve and help you and your business. Don't look back, ladies. We ain't going there anymore. We're not going there. And finally, we're gonna do a little bit of a reframe on confidence. So there's a lot of stipulation out there that confidence is pushy, confidence is rude, confidence is selfish, and those are all lies. Confidence is clear, it's respectful, and it's necessary when owning and working in a business. So I put together a few different reframes here when we're asking for opportunities. There's a big difference in I'd love to help if needed versus I'd like to take the lead on this. What are our next steps? When you're asking for referrals, well, I mean, if you happen to know anybody, if you just happen to know anybody, I would love that. There's a huge difference in that versus I'm currently helping clients who have teenage drivers that are spending way too much on insurance. Who comes to mind that I can connect with? There's a huge difference in that. You're clear, you know what I've done. I'm not just happen chance throwing it in the wind, hoping that someone will eventually refer my business to their friends. And your value is something that is so important. Now, there's a difference between value and identity, and I don't want you guys to be confused by that. Identity is not what you do, and your value does not come from what you do. But your value is very important, and you should be able to articulate that. So for my industry, something I wouldn't want to say is, oh, I just do insurance. It really downplays, and think of what you do to me. Oh, I just, I talk to other businesses and do things for them. It doesn't really give a whole lot of value there. Something different that you could say is, I help families protect their income so that they can build a safety net for financial security. Jeannie, I help agents brand themselves so that they can clearly communicate with the world what they do. And I'm sorry, this is kind of a little black, but lifting others up comes along the way. So a lot of times people think that in confidence, it just is something that you have, that you do for yourself, but it's something that you can do for other women. And I truly believe that this is the pinnacle point of it. And if you don't remember anything about today, I want you to remember this. Lifting others grows your business. It's not always about you. When you lift others up, you'll stay top of mind. You'll build trust faster, which is important because we all know and have heard 1,000,001 times, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. It builds and creates your referral loops. Guys, there's nothing better than a referral loop. It costs you nothing but being kind. And in my agency, we talk about the T&Ts all the time. Things that are totally no talent. Smile. Be kind to others. Show up early. Plan your day. It takes no talent to do those things. So to be kind and to lift others up, no talent, and I'm going to show you that. And you're going to strengthen your reputation in that. So I lend by the 3x3 rule, and this is something that I do that's important. I connect with 3 people a week. I promote 3 people a week, and those of you that follow me will see that. And I support 3 people a week. And support isn't always a monetary thing. And for those of us that own a business, I want you to hear this too. The ones that are supporting you, it may not always be monetary, but that mental support will change the game for you. And it will continue to build that confidence within you. So this keeps it intentional, not accidental. We're gonna do things on accident that make us successful or land us a client. But if we start to walk in confidence and be intentional about what we do each day, it's only going to build what we're doing. Collaboration creates opportunity. We talked a little bit about that already. Lifting others up also does that as well. You multiply impact by sharing it. Doom scrolling is fun. I get it. I really do. But just think, if you go through and you see someone's post and they're celebrating their child's soccer win or they're celebrating a large moment in their business, comment, like, or share that. It takes 5 seconds. And then go back to looking at the puppies or the kitties or whatever it is that you love, right? That fills your cup. But take a moment and be intentional about lifting someone up around you. Like, comment, and share. Write that down. All right. Make an introduction. I mean, how many times, especially when we have all of these coffees and connect, it's so easy to get around the people that we know really well, we love, and we're chummy and having conversation. But I want to challenge you over the next 2 months, make it to every coffee and connect that you absolutely can. Don't just sit inside of your chapter. Get out to Illinois if you get a moment. Get south if you can. Meet some of these amazing women that you don't have the opportunity to see every day. That could change your life. Showing up for someone else could change your life and your business. So I want to encourage you, please, take the time, plan ahead. It takes totally no talent to plan ahead, and make it out to some of those other coffee connects and get to know some of these amazing women. You won't regret it. When you give without keeping score, I want you to watch how it comes back. No reason to keep score. Not at all. The women who win long term are the ones that are talked about in the rooms that they're not even in. That happens when you lift others up. Who has someone that is constantly there for them that they'd like to shout out right now?
Genius Strickland. 100% all of the time. She is somebody I can go to with my personal problems. She knows where all the bodies are buried, and she's somebody that I can ideate with, create creatively, and create business programs. She's amazing.
I love that. Thank you. Jamie?
Amy Nunn. Yeah. She's always a good cheerleader.
I love that. Encouraging, having
Very
being
much
there.
so.
Yep. Knowing where the bodies are buried, that's an important friend right there. That's what I call the ride or dies. You have those ride or dies. Anyone else want to share that? Yeah.
They're not in the room, but Sherry Rule is one for me, and Jill Shaver. We were in the Lux group together, and they're just like, yeah, my diehard girls.
Yeah. And when you leave those situations, you feel filled,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Instead of feeling drained. Yeah. Kimberly?
You,
Oh, thank you.
getting to know you and you helping me as much as you have, just in conversation, watching the podcast, going to the O'Fallon chapter, has lifted me up. But just your friendship is the big bonus.
I feel the same way, and I have to lighten it up so I don't tear up. I told my husband, well, he came to Kimberly's shop with me, and then I was telling him, oh, we're gonna have coffee and we're doing this, and he's like, I'm not really sure how I feel with you being friends with a master jeweler. And I was like, I love it. So if you don't know Kimberly, you should. Yeah.
Angel. When I met Angel, she just straight up called me out right in our first conversation because I kept saying sorry. She just stopped it. And then later she's like, Venmo me $1. So I love that I have somebody that will be willing to call me out on some of those confident things that I don't always exhibit. So,
Yeah, I love that.
and she's a good friend too.
And then it makes you aware, so it's something that you practice, right?
100% Angel. When I first started LPV, remember I was not very confident, and I would downplay what I do. And you looked at me and you go, stop it, and say that again, say it differently. And that just changed my whole mindset.
Yeah, I love that. And look at you now. I've been to a ton of Debbie's fashion shows, and they're so fun. get to see her butt crack, she breaks a rack. All right, and if my girls were here for my team, they'd be very proud of me. This is something we say constantly. Do it in real life. Do it in real life. Do not take all of your time and all of your energy and learn and study and learn and keep it inside of you. Do it in real life. Practice what you're learning. Don't be an informational junkie. You don't need more confidence, ladies. I'm here to tell you, you do not need more confidence. You need more moments where you get to use your confidence. And you do that by showing up, being present, even when you don't have 100%, saying, hey, I have 80, I'm gonna give what I can today, but I'm going to be consistent when I show up. I'm not going to not show up. I'm gonna show up at my 80, I'm gonna show up at my 100, I'm gonna show up at my 20, and I promise you there's gonna be someone else in the room, especially when we're at PJ's Coffee, and there's liquid courage here, liquid elevation, they're gonna give you that extra 20% that you need, that extra 50% that you may need that day. You never know, show up. You don't build a powerful business alone. You don't. These are your people. These are the ones that are gonna do it together. So, I appreciate your time this morning. We do have a little bit more time. I want you to kind of reframe this in the groups that you're in. We're gonna go